Jack Whitehall has revealed that a harsh appraisal of his celebrity juice appearance by his embarrassed father led him to suddenly reassess the work he was doing in TV. The 35-year-old declared that he didn't see the show as a good fit for a comedian, and added that he simply sat there in silence and had the pee taken out of him throughout. Meanwhile, famous father Michael Whitehall called him after watching it to tell him it was one of the most embarrassing things he'd ever seen. In a new interview with the Radio Times, he admitted his father had a stern word, urging him to speak to his agent on the matter and be more forthright about what was good and bad for me to do. Jack added, "It was quite a seminal moment in terms of me going, okay, maybe I need to be a bit more selective." Holly Willoughby moving on to pastures new with new job ready and waiting. Latest, despite feeling that he was merely fodder on the 2008 episode, he has more fond memories of shows he's worked on with his father. The pair notably appeared together on the likes of the Netflix show Jack Whitehall, Travels with My Father, which saw them jet off to Thailand, Vietnam and Cambodia to name just a few locations. From eating rat and snake as local delicacies, to getting their tarot cards read by a white witch in the backwoods of Transylvania, they have had numerous adventures. Meanwhile, more recently, the pair co-starred in a Father's Day special on Classic FM this June, introducing listeners to the famous composers who featured in the Whitehall household's playlist. Don't miss. Inside Brian May's health woes, marriage split and devastating tragedy. Insight, the repair shop's Jay Blades admits I miss it as he shares show regret. Latest, Ben Shepherd's insight into marriage with rarely seen out of my league wife. Update, Jack revealed to the Radio Times what it's like working with a parent, admitting that there can sometimes be an added level of stress to it. There is a slight lack of professionalism. They are your parents and you talk to each other slightly differently from how you would talk to a regular colleague, he explained. He added that some of his father's foibles had become irksome, for example, his more laid-back approach to filming. You are trying to create something and get it done, and certain members of your family want to be finished filming at 4 o'clock, need an hour off at lunch and insist on having a glass of wine, Jack exclaimed. Meanwhile, Jack, who is now expecting a baby with girlfriend Roxy Horner, admitted the prospect of sharing the fatherhood experience with his 83-year-old dad was part of what influenced him to become a parent. He made the touching revelation to Dragon's Den star Stephen Bartlett on his Diary of a CEO podcast. I wanted to have a baby because I wanted him to be around and to know my child and spend time with my kid, the visibly emotional star explained. I've seen how amazing he is with my niece. As the most loving person ever, and so I want him to have a relationship with my kid. He concluded, I do still think a lot about impressing him. His approval does still mean a hell of a lot to me. The new issue of Radio Times magazine, featuring a full-length interview with Jack, is out now.